I'm here at CommunicAsia with Rozaimy Rahman, who is the Executive Vice President at Telekom Malaysia Global. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about Telekom Malaysia Global and what you actually are involved in.
Right, okay. Telekom Malaysia Global is an organization within Telekom Malaysia, obviously, that looks at everything international, all the businesses of telecommunication on a wholesale, that we work with a carrier overseas. Currently we have presence in 4 countries, Singapore, Hong Kong, UK, as well as the US, with nodes in most of the continent except South America, that we do voice as well as the data business and also ICT solutioning.
Right. Now, you're obviously doing a lot of international traffic for Telekom Malaysia and for Malaysia as a whole. How did that Japanese disaster that we recently had affect your international capacity, either in terms of losing capacity and recovery? What did you go through when that happened?
Well, in any of the Asia-Pacific carriers, when the earthquake happened in Japan, almost all of us got affected one way or the other. Especially when you're running an internet, you have a big base of internet users in Malaysia that you serve overseas, as well as also you're carrying as a hub location going overseas from the rest of the regional players within the Southeast Asia market. And it affected us pretty badly as well because a lot of our capacity was also on APCN2. But the good thing about us is that a few years ago we actually launched our AAG cable. And because of the AAG cable, we have an express route that goes directly to the US, and we've diverted a lot of our traffic into the US directly on the AAG cable. So today, while it is still down, we still have our diversity, redundancy on AAG, and through other routes that we are rerouting towards the European, that goes back to the US within the CME V4s and the CME V3s cable that we have today in the inventory.
Do you carry a lot of transit traffic as well through Malaysia?
Yes, we do. Through our regional partners, we carry through them. We go through Singapore as well as some Singapore that comes through Malaysia that goes out. Because as a carrier it's borderless, we have to take everybody's traffic. We have traffic that comes out from Indonesia, we have traffic that comes from Thailand, that comes into Malaysia and then goes back out again. We also even carry traffic that comes out from Iran at one time towards Southeast Asia, and that traffic also goes to Japan, China and everywhere else. So we do have a lot of traffic that goes out.
Going back to the Japanese disaster and what happened afterwards, what particular elements of cable diversity make a difference in situations like that?
Yeah, well, if you look at the cables today, what's available in Asia Pacific that goes towards the Pacific, you've got APCN, you've got APCN2, you've got Japan, US, and you've got the AEG, and some of the new cables coming out, the Unity and things like that. One of the challenge when any of those cables actually go down is the technology which is based on the cable. For example, if you build a cable technology based on a 10 lambda previously, and today you have a 40 lambda, and going forward, they're talking about technology of 100 lambdas. Now imagine this, if you build a cable on say 100 gig lambda, if a cable goes down, where do you route this cable to? Because it is so big that you're going to take like 4 or 5 different lambdas or 10 different lambdas in one cable system just to fit into one lambda on one of these new technology cables. So when building a cable, when looking at the cable, not just the geographical, but the technology and how you want to restore the cable, that is one of the most important things as well.
What improvements do you think could be made to help network recovery faster or become faster in case of a disaster like that?
One of the things that from a global perspective today, it is not just about the cable. It's about local content, bringing in the local to the local scene. Content localization is very important. Caching is very important as well. You want to make sure that your partners bring in the content into your area, so that even though that the original content, say in the US, the link goes down, you still have some sort of connectivity or data that you can serve within your areas of concern. Not everything that comes out, that comes out from the US, for example, not everything that comes out from China, there will be a lot of other contents in there. So the content localization is important, cable diversity is important, where you route, and it's not just about all going towards the Pacific, you have options that goes towards the Atlantic as well. So, you know, Trans-Siberia is one of the other option that you can look at. So today there are plenty of choices within the global carriers. It's just picking out in the right cost within, whether it fits into your cost efficiency or not.
How important is the internet to Malaysians these days?
Oh, very important. We wake up, we need our internet to check our media. We need to know what's going on in the market today. We pay bills using the internet. You know, people start going online shopping. With the internet today, you know, my children, you know, is using YouTube. I mean, it changed their life, and they're watching more YouTube. They, you know, whenever they want. So, you know, it really is very, very important for them to get the internet. They cannot live without the internet. I can't live without the internet.
Me too. Rozaimy Rahman, thank you so much for being with me
much.
today. Thank you.
Great pleasure.